This is Penny Keener, Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator and the original KeenerINKer. Today we're going to be making a Dragonfly thank you card using the Dragonfly Garden and Mini Messages set, the Dragonfly Punch, the message dies. For cardstock, we're using Basic White and Mossy Meadow, and then our gorgeous Dandy Garden 6x6 Designer Series paper. Lots of color, fun designs. For inks, we are using Bumblebee, Mossy Meadow, and Tuxedo Black. And then for sizes, I'm using a couple of those Designer Series paper strips. These are 3 by 3/4. I have a scrap piece that's going to be used for punch out a dragonfly as well as our wording. And then for Basic White, we're using 3 3/4 by 5. Mossy Meadow 4 by 5 1/4, and then our card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So we'll get started by folding that in half, giving it a nice crease with my bone folder, and then I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal on the back of this so that my card base is ready. When I measure cardstock to do layers, it is usually a 1/4 inch smaller than the outside edge so that you have an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So we're going to set that aside to continue with our project. I have a scratch paper here so that when I stamp my flowers in my Mossy Meadow, if I happen to go over, I'm not stamping on my surface below. This happens to be our grid paper from our Stamparatus, but we do have the full-size sheets when you're doing stamping. There's our flowers. I think they're so beautiful. All right, and then for our Bumblebee color, we are going to do our dragonflies, and this I am going to stamp off. So I'm going to do one down here at the bottom, one up here towards the top, and then I'm going to take my scratch paper and stamp one there. I'm going to take my punch. Anytime we're using our punches, we actually use them upside down so you can see what you're punching out to line it up. So there he is. Looks pretty even. All right, and now I'm going to finish assembling this. So I'm going to put on my strips. I'm going to flip them over so I can put my adhesive on the back side. Get my punch out of the way. As crafters, we end up with so much right at our fingertips that we can't find what we need sometimes. All right, so this strip here, I kind of do towards the bottom. I'm going to kind of alter these. All right, since this is my other yellow one, I'm going to do this one up a little higher. Oh, I think I don't want to cover up my dragonfly, so I'm going to lower it just a little bit. This is one of the benefits of using the Stampin' Seal. If you notice, I was able to pull it up. You do have to be gentle when doing that. If you need something stronger, our Stampin' Seal Plus is fantastic for that, but there is no repositioning with that. So make sure you put it down wherever you want it when you're using the Stampin' Seal Plus. All right, and then I'm going to do this one on the opposite side. All right, so there's my next layer that's going to go onto the card base. And again, this piece is a 1/4 inch smaller, so I have an 1/8 of an inch border around. I'm going to add my dragonfly using 2 dimensionals. I go through a lot of these because I use them on a lot of my projects because I like to have some depth to it. We have my little dragonfly right there. Then I've already stamped out the messages and die cut this. So the wording on this is, thank you for being you. So I'm going to put that down here. And because we have these are our ladybug trinkets that are absolutely adorable. Now they do have kind of a hollow inside. And so to use glue on them would be kind of difficult, but they work really well with our mini glue dot. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it right on the mini glue dot. And I'm just going to put him right on the edge of my wording. So here is my Dragonfly thank you card. I love the colors for this, and it reminds me of spring with the dragonflies. Here's an alternate card. This one we did for a virtual Stampin' Up! Event using the small bugs in the background. So very similar. I have to say I like mine a little better, which I can. So what bugs do knights hate? Dragonflies. Please check out my website and subscribe to my channel for quick videos on how you can be a keener inker too.